Hello and good morning. This is Minister McKnight, and I hope you were able to enjoy the videos that I posted yesterday so you could get ready for Lesson 3. Lesson 3 I called the beginning because we're dealing with the beginning of how the earth was created, and we're also dealing with, in the second part, how man was created. So let's go right here to Genesis 1 and 1. And Genesis 1 and 1 is basically, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. So we're talking about the sun and the moon. Okay, let's go to the third day and see what he did. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and gathered together of the waters called he sea. And God saw it was good. Now let's go to the fourth day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater, which is the sun, to rule over the day, and the lesser, which is the moon, lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And that's what I'm trying to get to, the stars, because the stars that we think have a deeper meaning than we can understand. So in the book of Revelations, let's go to Revelations. We go on to 22, Revelations 22 and 16. And it says, "I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root of the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star." Now, this is in red in my Bible. That means that God is talking. Okay, so now let's go over to Matthew and see what that star he's talking about. So let's go to Matthew 2, and I'm reading 1 and 2. "Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him." So even the king is referring to Jesus as a star. So in Revelations, he's talking about the morning star being Jesus. And right here, these wise men, before he was born, or the day he was being born, was looking for a star coming from the east. So now let's go over to Amos 5. We're going to go over to the book of Amos, and we're going to go to the 5th chapter, and we're going to read the 8th verse. It says, "Seek him that maketh the 7 stars of Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into the morning, and marketh the day dark with night, and calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name." And there we have it. Now, I'm just introducing what the 7 stars. I hope you were able to look at the videos, because it's talking about the 7 stars in the videos. And it's talking about Orion, which I understand is somewhat like the gateway to heaven. See, what happened when the earth was formed, okay, there was an explosion, okay, and as the earth was being created, some of the dust and particles got left behind. These dust and particles formed the nebula. Now, the nebula is known to be part of Orion. Orion is said to be the gate to heaven. So let's go and look at some more scriptures on Orion. Okay? So now we're going to go to Isaiah. We're going to the book of Isaiah, and we're going to chapter 14, and I'm going to read verse 12 through 14. And it says, this is when Lucifer was basically boasting about his end time. Basically, he wanted to sit next to God. So this is what happened. He says, how art thou falling from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, this is his lustful heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars. Now he's talking about going beyond the stars, okay, of God. I will sit also upon the mount of congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So you know Lucifer always wanted to be God. He wanted to turn himself into God. So basically what he's saying is he knows that heaven is beyond those stars. And if you looked at the videos, it's talking about Orion. It's talking about heaven being right behind Orion. So that's where Lucifer was trying to get to, Orion. So let's go over to Job 38. Let's go to the book of Job. And we're going to go to Job 38. And I'm going to read 31 through 33. We in the book of Job 38, 31 through 33. Canst thou bind the sweetest influence of Pleiades, or lose the bands of Orion? Now, Pleiades is somewhat of a Bermuda Triangle there in space, and it's said to be a porthole. Okay, and it says, Canst thou bring forth Mazareth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his son? Now, Arcturus is a constellation, and it's said that his son was separated from him, so they're trying to get those two constellations back together, father and son. And it says, knowest thou the ordinance of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion therefore on the earth? And so Job was talking about Orion and Pleiades. Now let's go to Job 9, and I'm going to read Job 9, 1 through 9. And it says, then Job answered and said, I know it is for a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him. One of the thousands. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who has hardened himself against him and has prospered, which removeth the mountains, and they not move, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble, which commanded the sun to rise not, and sealed up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south. Now, the chambers of the south are constellation of stars. That's what that chambers of south is talking about, a constellation of stars. So basically what we have is God creating the earth, and the earth was formed from a big bang, and all the dust particles left from the formation of the earth. And the word dust is really important. I want you to hold on to that word dust, because in the second part of this lesson, we're going to find out what that dust was, what was done with that dust. Okay? So after the Big Bang, all the dust particles formed Orion. And Orion is said to be the porthole to heaven. It spoke of Pleiades, and it spoke of the chamber of the south. So now let's go to Job. Let's go to. Let me show you this. because I'm about to bring all this together for you. Okay. In science, humans need carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and what is this one? Nitrogen. Now, Earth needs fire. Fire, carbon is fire. Humans need oxygen, so do the Earth, because oxygen is just air. Humans need hydrogen. Hydrogen is just water. Humans need nitrogen, and if you know how the Earth's compounds are mixed together, it has to have nitrogen. Nitrogen is a coolant. And also our bodies need a coolant. So we have 4 distinctive elements that the Earth have and humans have. So we were made of the same elements. So now I want you to ponder on that, and then I will start part 2.